Hey guys, so what I want to share with you today is from the very start to the very end, how to create a community DAO that actually rewards DAO members that stake their governance tokens by allowing them to execute on proposals or other governance actions. The purpose of a feature like this is to ensure that people that pass rules or proposals within your DAO are really only there for the long term. That way you don't have any bad actors coming in and proposing that the joint treasury moves all the funds to an individual wallet. So with this voter stake registry, you only allow voters that agree to stake their tokens for an extended period of time to have the ability to make changes to your organization through different governance actions. So let's go from the beginning to the end. So this could be a long video and just walk through how to do it. Let's go ahead and click create DAO. We're going to want to create a community token DAO, and we're going to do voter stake registry, VSR, stake. Determine the DAO's community token. So here you have the ability to import one if you already have one created. In the case of this demo, we're just going to click no, make one for me. And here you have the ability to, what is the minimum number of community tokens needed to manage this DAO? So to create governance, you could put one, right? And the default quorum, right? What percentage of the total circulating tokens are needed to create governance within your DAO and pass a proposal? Right now, the default is 60. You can change this to 25, 40, 100, depending on what kind of engagement you expect or have with your community. And add a console to your DAO. So we're starting, we don't have a token that we're importing, we're creating one from scratch. So in this scenario, because we're starting the DAO from the beginning, we're really going to want a console token. That way we're not having to coordinate with a bunch of different members in the DAO in order to get things passed. So do you want to add a console, which pretty much allows you to pass through your proposals without needing other people outside the console to vote? We're going to say yes. And you have an existing token for your DAO's console. We're going to have Realms make us one. So wallet, invite members, okay, 1,000. Then before I can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like that, the DAO spun up. So it's definitely a fast process to get these things up and running. So the first thing we're going to want to do, and note you do have the ability to do multi-transaction proposals. So depending on the complexity of what you're doing, you might want to utilize that. For the purpose of this, to make sure everything runs smoothly, we're going to be doing these transactions one by one so you guys understand what's going on. So title of your proposal, the first thing we're going to want to do is mint tokens. So right now, when we told Realms to create us the tokens, it did, but we haven't really minted any yet. So that is going to be your first transaction. So this is your community token, this AFM. So you'll see 2 when you create your DAO. Second one, FQL, you'll see supply 0. This is your community token. I'm sorry. The first one is your console token. So that 1 is your console token, so that you have the ability to vote on things on your own with autonomy and pass things through. And then the second one is your community token. So we're going to go ahead and click that because that is what we want to mint. I'm going to go ahead and copy my wallet address. And the amount, let's go ahead and give us 1 million tokens. I am rich, baby. Let's add proposal. And I got to say, I'm always amazed with really how fast this is. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the dev team. A lot of that has to do with the Solana blockchain, but the speed at which this pushes through 1, 2, 3 transactions, it's amazing. So this is actually a 3-step process, right? So you create the proposal, you vote on it, and then once all the members need to vote on it, approve, then you actually have to execute the transaction. So that's the step we're on right now. You can see the instructions. We're going to go ahead and click execute. And we see execution finalized. So I'm going to give this maybe 10 seconds to hit my wallet, maybe refresh a couple times just to ensure that there's any issues as I go into my second proposal here. Oh, we're going to quit. Okay, I think that's enough time. So title for our second proposal, what we're doing here is we're creating the voter stake registry. So we'll just type that. And what this does is this allows us to have that mechanism that is going to allow users of the DAO to stake their tokens and really only have the ability to vote that way. So always check vote by console when you're setting things up. If you're the creator who needs to onboard people after the fact. And for this transaction, we're going to do vote escrow tokens. Governance, okay, so we can see FQL, we see a supply of 1 million. Let's go ahead and click that. And let's add this proposal. We're going to click yes. Again, this 3-step process. And finally, once again, we're going to execute. So execution finalized. Now we have our voter staking registry. For the next DAO, voting mints, call it that, and vote by console, and configure voting mint. So here we're going to choose, our token and make sure that this is the token that we want to be able to stake for those governance actions. So let's go ahead and choose that. Grant authority. Do that. Proposal. Approve. We're going to approve the vote. And we're going to go ahead and execute on this. There's one thing to note here that actually didn't set up is this max multiplier. So if I were to make this 2, 3, 4, once we have the voter stake registry functionality set up, we actually will give you guys the ability to stake for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. And if you do, you obviously get, more return, more more return, more governance powers out of that. So for the purpose of this, we haven't actually set that up, but I can show you once it is set up where that section is. And execution finalized. So now we have it set up. So the voter stake registry is set up. Go back to our DAO for a second. All we have to do now is add it in. So how you add this plugin, add it in, is you go to this param section, you click on change config, go by console, ESR, add in. And what we're going to do here, so this is the field you're going to want to change, right? Community voter weight add-in. So what you're going to want to put in this field, and I'll show you how to get it, is back, go to your voter staking registry execution and click down on instructions. And what you'll see is this right here. And this is the Mango Voter Stake Registry Program. So we're going to go ahead and want to copy this. So go back to your params, go change configs, and community voter weight add-in. Let's go ahead and put that program and click add proposal. Put that token. And we're going to vote yes. And we're going to execute the proposal. And the proposal is passed. So once you go back to your DAO, you'll see a new widget in here under your accounts. You see VSR Voter Stake Registry DAO votes 0. And you'll see you have 1 million tokens available to deposit. And this shows up right above your console votes. So go ahead and click view. Go ahead and click on deposit. One sec. Oh, there it is. Okay. So go ahead and click on view. Okay. 1 million votes. And what you can do here is you can create a cliff or you can keep it constant. So this is interesting because it actually kind of sets up the DAO and the tokens. It almost kind of feels like equity in a real company, like RSUs or, you know, people that are fortunate to get those. It's the same kind of feel. And with you can set up cliffs. So if people will stay 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, they have to stay for a certain duration before they start getting payouts. Or you can do constant, which is they get paid out the same at 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, or whatever custom amount that you set up if you want to do days. So let's go ahead and lock up 10,000 tokens. And this vote weight multiplier piece, this is the part that we could have set up. And what that does is the longer that you lock up your tokens, the more return that you get. So we're going to go ahead and lock this up. And keep in mind, we didn't actually set up the multiplier. So let's go ahead and click lock tokens and let's click confirm. And what it says is it makes sure that you can't unlock it for a day. So for the rest of today, these tokens will be locked for a 24-hour period. And what's cool is you can see it, right? You see it, 10,000 here. I have the ability to lock more tokens, start unlock, amount to unlock, 10,000. To initiate this process, you need to convert all or part of your constant lockup to a cliff lockup with a duration greater than or equal to the constant lockup duration. So if you click unlock, this will convert 10,000 tokens into a cliff type lockout that unlocks in a year. So we don't want to do that. There's no way for people to get back their tokens. And they'll have to wait a day. So in an effort to create companies where it is going to take a year, 2 year, 3 years of a commitment, this is just a really good way to find out who's really invested in your success. Another cool thing is once you have this plugin, you can start looking at voter-strike registry stats. So what's locked, vesting this month, total amounts away from grants, total unlocked from grants. All of these numbers come up and it starts to look pretty cool. So it's hard not to think of your DAO as a real breathing company with invested participants with something like this set up. So with that, add any questions in the comments. This is the rough overview on how to, from start to finish, set up your DAO with a voter stake registry. And one thing I did actually want to mention too before, one thing I want to mention before I end this is a successful DAO. We can look at Mango DAO. This is what this looks like, right? So once you build your DAO, your business, you'll start seeing the circulating supply. You'll start seeing how much is locked. You'll start seeing liquidity mining emissions, and then you'll see vesting versus time. So the data that you get's really interesting. And it's just a really good widget to once again sustain and almost guarantee a higher level of success for your DAO.